I'd like to make a video on all of the raids rewards that you can get, all of the items you can get, you know, just use them at bosses like I have in the past, or at wyverns like I did, or somewhere else. The only thing I can't really do at the moment is a twisted bow because it's a bit too expensive for me. The Elder Maul is officially the highest crush weapon in the game. I think it's actually tied with the Dragon Warhammer as listed on the wiki. So I decided to test it out at monsters that are weak to crush. The two that stood out to me right away were Necreals and Gargoyles. They had their drop table updated about 4 months ago, back in September, so they sort of officially became good to do again since you were making upwards of 800k to 1 mil an hour at the time. Now, with many people deciding to actually do those tasks, and then also those who have alts placing them at Gargoyles and Necreals, the value of the items of course dropped. So it's not that much money per hour anymore, but it's still worth doing. Now, it's listed on the wiki that Gargoyles are weak to crush. I think that's always been known. So I think this would be a good place for me to test out max crush bonus at Gargoyles, since they're sort of an AFK place to train and make money. I couldn't find anywhere on the old school wiki that Necreals were weak to crush. It obviously shows them as weak to, like, I think Darklight and Silverlight and stuff like that. But on the RS3 wiki, I tried searching for what they were weak for, since I remember reading somewhere that Necreals were weak to crush, but the wiki on the RS3 was unreadable. I didn't even know what half the stuff meant. So I just had to Control F and then search for crush, and I found in 2 different places on that wiki that Necreals were weak to crush. However, I'm not sure if it's the same in both games. Necreals may have been updated on RS3. So I'm not sure if they have the same stats in RS3 and old school, but I just decided to test out of both because I didn't want to just stick to Gargoyles. I thought I might as well try out both. Obviously, if I'm going to be using the Elder Maul, I want to be using max crush bonus. The OS wiki has a page where it shows max, I guess, bonuses for different attack styles, and for me it was crush, so I just followed what they had on the wiki. I believe the best current possible crush bonus you can have is 179, and the items that affect it are the Dwarven Helmet, the Amulet of Torture, Fire Cape, the Elder Maul, obviously, the Big Asian Boots, and then an imbued Treasonous Ring, and then obviously I have Bandos for the strength bonus. You can critique my gear if you want, but I was just straight up following what the OS wiki said was the max crush bonus you could have. So that's what I followed. So in my inventory, I had Alk Runes, obviously, because they drop a lot of things that you can Alk. I had my Slayer Helm there to when I was running past the Aberrant Spectres there, and I could also keep track of my kill counts. The Rock Hammer for the Gargoyles. I had Super Combat, and then I had Guthans to heal up. I decided to test these both for 2 hours. So for 2 hours at Necreals and then 2 hours at Gargoyles. Now, I did not compare it to any other weapon because I sort of just want this video to be a reference to people who maybe want to compare other weapons to the Elder Maul at, you know, monsters like the Necreals or Gargoyles. Obviously, if you're an alt account and you're rocking this gear, you're pretty rich alts, but I don't expect you to come to Necreals and Gargoyles with this gear. In fact, you can probably wear gear that doesn't cost as much and do even better here, but I wanted to test it out just because the Elder Maul is cool and just reminds me of the Chaotic Maul, and I love the Chaotic Maul, so I just wanted to try it out. So as I said, I was here for 2 hours. I just wanted to see how many kills I could get and how much the loot was in those 2 hours. I was actually pretty focused while doing these. I constantly, after I killed one, would click on the other. I wasn't AFKing them, so I wasn't standing for like 20 seconds in a period of time. I was constantly clicking on another one to kill it, so it was pretty consistent. So I'm just going to straight up show you guys the loot that I got from both and how many kills I got, just because I feel like that's what you want to see. There isn't much else to show anyway, but like I said, I just want this video sort of be a reference to people if they're ever wondering if the Elder Maul is useful here. Well, now there's a video for it. So let's get right into the loot. The first one we're going to check out are Gargoyles. So the Gargoyles, right off the bat, I found to be better than the Necreals. They were a bit more AFK. Obviously, not having those death spawns spawn every time is extremely useful because the death spawns are annoying, and also the Gargoyles were aggressive towards me, so all I had to do was go back down when I was in the Slayer Tower, the stairs that are there, and go back up, and they were aggressive to me again. So it was a lot more AFK than the Necreals. The Necreals weren't aggressive to me, so right off the bat, I found the Gargoyles to be a lot better. So the loot we got totaled 1.1 million, so 1,150,579 GP. I was able to alk many things there. One of the things that was updated was the fact that they drop a lot of adamant and rune items, which you can then alk when you're there, and it means your cash stack is pretty big. They also drop cash stacks upwards of 10k, or coin stacks, not cash stack, coin stacks upwards of 10k, so it all adds up. I got 1 granite maul drop, but it really doesn't make a difference because G-mauls are so inexpensive. They're only like 35k nowadays. I remember when the first one sold for like 2 mil back when they first dropped. That's pretty crazy. But there's the loot I have on my screen. If we check out the kill log, we can see that I killed 252 Gargoyles in those 2 hours. So I was able to do about 126 an hour. Not sure if how that compares to other people or other weapons, but that's what I got. If we head over to the Necreals loot, I managed to get 1,117,047 GP, so the Gargoyles were a bit more per hour. Again, with the cash stack, they just dropped a bunch of rune and adamant items that can just alch, and they also dropped cash stacks. They have the limport root noted, which is quite nice, but limport roots are sort of cheap nowadays. I don't know why, but they're not as expensive as they used to be. These guys drop more seeds, but unfortunately seeds also aren't that expensive. The most expensive seeds they drop are the Torstol and Snapdragons, but I didn't get a single Torstol, and I think I got 3 Snapdragons, so not too many, which is unfortunate. But if we head to the Slayer kill log, you can see that I killed 218 Necreals in those 2 hours, so 34 less than the gargoyles, which was a lot actually, which surprised me. If I would have killed 252 Necreals, I would have made more money, definitely, but the fact that I just killed more gargoyles in the 2 hours meant that the gargoyles were more money per hour. But at the end of the day, the loots sort of compare the same now. They are both 1.1 million. So if we were looking at the 2 hours average, we're saying 550k an hour. So they definitely dropped, at least with the Elder Maul. You're not getting what they used to be 800k to 1 million hours, what other videos and other Reddit posts are saying. But if we can do it nowadays with the Elder Maul, I was getting 550k an hour about. So, and I was doing this pretty consistently. I wasn't doing it AFK. I was really focused while doing this. So I guess that's what you can expect if you are doing gargoyles and Necreals with an Elder Maul with a max crush bonus. Again, a bit excessive, but I wanted to test it out just to see if it increased kills and loot per hour. Again, I'm not really 100% sure what it compares to with other weapons. In fact, most of the people I saw there were using whips, which seem to be doing just fine. And I've also heard that an Abyssal Bludgeon is probably actually better to use there than any other weapon, since it also has a very good crush bonus and the attack speed may be a bit faster. Again, I don't recommend this. I just want to try it out. And before comments say, how dare you recommend this? I can't afford this. Why are you using it? Just wanted to test it out. Like I said, if you guys want me to try out the Elder Maul somewhere else, on another boss maybe, or any other NPCs, then let me know in the comments below and I will definitely try it out. But I wanted to try these because they're sort of known as AFK moneymakers nowadays with their update. And I just want to see if the Elder Maul made a difference. So guys, that's it for the video. Thank you guys all for watching. Now, before I end the video, I have a little new thing I want to try out. I think I might make this like a weekly thing, just sort of to keep you guys coming back and keep you guys interested. I'm going to be posting a video of me wearing something right now. I'm going to be wearing items on my body, on my old school character. And the first person to comment all of the correct items in the comments below, so everything I'm wearing in every slot, just tell me what they are, and you get it all right, I'm going to go ahead and give you a prize in game. We can start off with something like a bond or a bit of GP or something like that. But just to see if you guys want to keep doing it, I think it'll be sort of fun. So just drop a like on the video and then comment below. And if you get all the right items, you are going to be the winner. So that's it, guys. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you next time. Have a good one, and peace.
Wow.